brother is alive. I know where he is, but you have no idea what you're getting yourself into, and neither does Henrik. We need to meet. Do not try and contact me. I'll call you. Beware the Onyx Wars.
Hello friends, and we're back. Of course, if you've been enjoying the series, drop a like, that would be fantastic. Each like is one less point on our reputation, just to make sure that no one knows about us. I still can't believe we were actually able to stay up in the end. That final day of the season was absolutely mad. And then an almost anticlimactic game against Landsvetter, where we just sort of wiped the floor with them because Gabriel Pettersson remembered that he was, in fact, a footballer. Hopefully he can continue to remember that this season. We are known for, not enough is known about this manager yet, and we intend to keep it that way. The board won't let us get any kind of coaching badges at the moment. Hopefully we'll have a chance to do that this season at some point, but we've got a long way to go between now and the start of next season, which is in April. That's like 6 months. Maths. So I think our first plan of action is to assess the weaknesses in the squad, dismissing the fact that that's everywhere, and then trying to find some specific weaknesses and going from there. At a very quick glance, you can sort of see where the problems might begin to lie. So obviously, wingbacks, hard to come by. Hopefully we'll be able to find a couple of them over this period because we've really only had Melker Antonsson on the left-hand side. That said, Volendal played really well there a couple of times when he wasn't being sent off. Alex Berger was a safe pair of hands in goal. Pettersson, I want to have faith in the man. I do. And I feel like I'm going to have faith in the man. And maybe we can make him better and make the tactic work for him. Because I don't know what else we can do with him, because I still think he's a really good player. As much as some of our centre-backs are actually quite good, some of the performances have been quite poor. And again, that could be down to tactical stuff, but also maybe just finding the right players for that. And I definitely feel like we could strengthen our central midfield. The attacking midfield is also a little bit light. Strike force isn't bad, but I feel like we can do better. Now remember, we do have that one player I showed you in the last episode joining us too for the central midfield as well. But we've got about what have we got for money? Let's check the finances. I mean, ignoring the fact that we have no money, we actually do have money to spend. Have we got our initial budgets yet? I don't think we have, you know. Point is, we've got about £1,300 a week to spend, and we even have some scouting budget. That's good. Although our finances are insecure, so expect this to change. Yeah, it's just occurred to me that the board actually haven't set the budgets for the new season yet, and I might just hold off a little bit until we know what they are. Doesn't mean we can't do some prep scouting though. Just going to set a couple of priority focuses for both wingbacks. For the rest, we're going to try and handle ourselves. I think we'll have to take this scouting package, which gives us about 1,000 players that are interested in transfer. Now, loans are definitely a possibility, and maybe a couple more if we set to unsure. There's 214 centre-backs available. Now, we don't know a lot about a lot of them, and if you're wondering where these sort of scouting views, if you like, came from, I made them last year for FM21, and you can download them, and they work perfectly well for FM22. I'm going to put a link in the description to a video that obviously has download links, but also explains why they exist, what's in them, and all that sort of jazz. If you're interested, they're really useful for this kind of scouting, because it gives us the ability to do things like sorting by tackling, but then using secondary and tertiary and so on sorting to add to that, essentially. Now, we want good tackling, and we want good heading, ideally, as some of the standout things. I'm immediately being drawn to this man, Erik Hargadal of Eskilstuna City. His positioning's dreadful, but look at the rest of him. And he's only 20. 6'6" as well. The reason I have my colours set up to be so different to each other is so that I can see at a quick glance, just instantly, if anyone looks kind of all right before I take a little closer look. So, for example, this guy here as well, Adam Janison, might be something to him. Also out of contract. We can just sort of slowly go down and just see if anyone sort of stands out to us. Now, of course, this isn't foolproof, but it does seem to do the trick for me in the most part. In case you're wondering as well, these are the key attributes for every role, and these are the preferable attributes, which is hilarious that we only have key knowledge on players, which is actually kind of useful, honestly. And essentially what I'm going to go through and do is just slowly look through the list for each position that we're looking for, build up a list of players to either try and trial or get in on some scouting reports, and kind of just go from there. There's actually only 8 players in the entire league that are capable of playing left wing back. Oh no. You really do have to scattergun it at this level and hope that by just targeting enough people, this guy's got some quite, that we can see, some quite interesting ones here, because you're essentially just hoping that you could find enough talent that maybe a couple of them will join you, and that really is where the work goes in. But there's definitely some interesting finishers in here. Like this guy, for example, might have some solid finishing, but also good technique, good first touch in theory, his acceleration. Pace is not excellent though. Now, of course, at the end of the year, there'll be a huge list of players that will be released by clubs as well, which will be an awesome time for us to go and sweep in a load more trials. Yeah, you can see what I mean. We got most of them, in fact. A couple of them said no, annoyingly, but most of them said yes. I don't have to be 3 years old to find the fact that his name is Abdulli Umboob funny, right? Do I? I can't. It's Umboob. And now comes the fun part, where we get to go through all of these guys and find out what they're like. Or as I like to call it, free trial Tinder. This This is Anton Mann, 19-year-old Swedish attacking midfielder. He likes long walks on the beach and his favourite number is yours. But the one thing he cannot do is pick you up. This is Albin Svensson, an 18-year-old Swedish left wing-back, and he probably doesn't deserve to be here. Sorry, Albin. It's just a fact of life. This is Noah Ackerman, and he's kind of in the same boat, although he does have really good technicals. And a similar thing applies to Eric Hagedal. Honestly, disappointment. Maybe this will change, but lordy lord, he must be really bad in the rest of these areas. But this is Philip Andersson, a 20-year-old Swedish left wing back. Might actually not be too bad. This is Linus Forsberg, shares a name with Callie, definitely not related, that he knows of. He moonlights as a pizza delivery boy. Presumably, the pizza gets there quite quickly, but there does still appear to be a few of the lads that might have some quality about them. And remember, we're only looking for one or two that could be good. Oh, that face when you're disappointed that the boob was not good. Oh, we got a youth intake. I totally forgot about that. Elite talent. Below average. I mean, it's not great, is it? But hello, Christian Aronsson Lindström. Can't finish anything to save his life, and he's about as composed as, well, letters. I don't know. No, that's exactly about as composed as that analogy. It's also Anton Ivanovs. But what did midfielder? Oh, I saw the 12 and I thought, oh, it's tackling. No, it's penalty taking. Great. Whoa, Anton Unibrovs. Aha. Oh, God. They've just wiped away our entire ability to sign anybody. So we've gone from having... So I managed the wage budget incredibly tightly, and then they're like, yeah, but wouldn't it be cool if we shaved off 60% of it? But it's fine. They expect us to get mid-table. Meanwhile, we're working with 60% of the budget that we had last year to survive relegation. Sounds like a sound business strategy. The club have now offered us a new contract after, you know, removing all of our money. But we've kind of got really no choice on the matter, do we? So Mahmoud Messaoudi, one of the players we were looking at, actually has some really nice, well, his passing and vision aren't fantastic, but he's got great dribbling, great first touch. He's fairly, well, not fairly quick, but good acceleration. I might just about be able to offer him that. Okay, so he has actually said yes on a non-contract basis. I don't think I've ever seen a player be so limited. Like, his heading, marking, tackling are actually really good for this level. His jumping reach is phenomenal for this level as well. Great determination. His pace isn't even that bad either, but goddamn, do not ask him to do anything else. £15 a week non-contract appearance fee. Surely that's okay. And Gustafsson actually has okay potential. I wonder if he lacks the speed, of course. And before you ask, no, I haven't forgotten about loans. I tend not to do loans until later in the window because I want to try to sign up my own permanent players first and then go after some loans, particularly as at the moment, very few players will be listed for loan on account of the fact that we're not actually in the transfer window yet. Maybe in a senior affiliate wouldn't be the worst idea if we could, though. Boost to our income a little bit more. Remember, insecure finances, they've just slashed our wage budget. Oh, I'm sorry, mate. I thought you wanted money. Ridiculous. But again, if it's a really low non-contract contract, then we'll have to do it. Yeah. And I'll try to get him on 15. So Albin Gustafsson is going to come. At the very least, that strengthened our left back situation. In other news, I just cut myself amazingly. It's an injury-ridden sport, my friends. I'm going to be out for 6 months. Hang on a minute. Oh, God. And at the very least, we're now back up to £81 a week in wage budget, which might just be enough to get a player. David Majob Wallets. I thought his name was David Majob Wallitson for a second there. But, ooh, that could be interesting. 21 grand. Wait, hang on. Is that new money? Or, oh, new sponsorship deals? Okay. Local company worth 12 point... That's actually less. Cool. New kit spot... Jesus Christ. Oh, well done. Well done. You've negotiated a worse sponsorship deal too. Brilliant work. I'm now entirely convinced that this is just a drug smuggling operation, but they're not actually doing any of the smuggling, simply getting high on their own supply. Apparently, I have repaired the club's financial damage a year ahead of schedule. Congratulations me, I suppose. Can I have money now, Alexander? Can I try again? I might genuinely ask him now if we can have a senior affiliate, since they'll be happier with me. Income boost. God's sake. It's like negotiating with a sentient pumpkin with a face drawn on it. I'd like to develop further. We have to be selfish here. Bigger and better opportunities. Yeah, because what I'm getting right now is such a huge opportunity, mate. Biggest rivals left behind, true. Oh, thank you. Even a broken squirrel finds a nut twice a day, and Alexander has found his nut. Torstensson does actually have really good tackling. He's quick, and he can cross. Not a chance in hell. Although, actually, if we could stretch. Fringe player. Maybe. Maybe not. Would you like a non-contract, sir? This is the maximum non-contract the board will let me offer. I promise you. Look, I can't extend. Hey, Billy. Hey, come in. Take a seat, bud. I've got a deal for you, right? So, you play a game. I'll give you £1. Clean sheet. No problem, buddy. This is where you make your real money. Another £1. And technically, if you are on the bench never used, do you know what, mate? Such is my generosity, I will give you another £1. I want to know what my maximum wage I can offer is. £20 a week. The maximum wage I'm allowed to offer now on a part-time basis for a fringe player is £20 a week. Yeah, it didn't go down well. Oh, look. A load more players that we won't be able to sign. But I'm still going to waste their time. David Majob Wallitson, as I've been calling him, he's actually really good. Like, solid centre-back stuff. He's actually not bad on the ball. I mean, his passing's not great, but he's decent. Aggression and bravery are good. He's decent in the air. He's not the quickest, but that's fine. But, like, let's face it. He wants to be an important player. Maybe they'll let me offer more wage to an important player. We do not have a chance. They will not let me offer more than £20 a week to any player, no matter what position they're playing in. Don't worry, though. In 3 days, that transfer window opens, and we might be able to get some loan signings in for free. Okay, so some players have joined us. They're not particularly good, but they're at least players. So Mahmoud Messaoudi is in. We've also got Mr. Limitations, Eric Hagendal, but, you know, or Eric Hagendaz, as I'm going to end up calling him anyway. We do have one good player. One good player. One of the few players I was able to sign up before all this nonsense. Mons Brondeshoy is in, and he's actually quite good. And we do also have a left-sided option in Albin Gustafsson, so there's at least something happened. Okay, interesting. There are some I mean, we don't know that much about them, other than they might have an okay rating here. He's a goalkeeper, brilliant, cheers. But would they want us to pay, is my question. No. Do you know what? That's my favourite type of loan. What I might do now is just filter by position and just try to pick up a couple of loan signings. Any competent strikers in there. There's a 6'5" striker with really good finishing, actually. But he is on £100 a week at Vassillans. If they will let us have him for free, which they do, there's also this guy, Sokras Lutonda at Eskiltuna City. Might have okay finishing. Looks to be reasonably quick. Not the tallest, but that's fine. Man's got no suggestions for right wing backs. What about left? Oh, hello, he's found someone. Johan Nordgren, worth the trial, I guess. Except he's already under bid from someone else, which means never mind. Okay, Ibrahim Melzouiak is going to join us. This is complete blind loanery, but sometimes you got no choice, right? Oh, dear. Hang on, no. Star rating, not important. Oh, he's a 6'5" guy. No, not even that said. Not even that said. He's got good finishing, right? He has got good finishing. He's very good in the air, although his heading is pretty piss poor. Off the ball, he's actually got some okay ones, but like, he is glacially slow. Oh, good. It's time for the preseason team meeting. Just to catch you up. Remember last time we had a bit of trouble with this, and I promised them mid-table in the end. Let's see if they can. The option once again is not there, which means I'm going to have to choose top half. Oh. Well, okay then. Thanks, 17-year-old third-choice goalkeeper. Thanks for your input there, Christian. Code of conduct, they love a bit of that. Oh, he loves that, though. Oh, conduct me, daddy. And Sokras Lutonda. Hopefully Lutonda's better than the other guy. Okay. Disappointment a little bit, but at the very least, he has got a bit of speed about him. Let's see if that gives us any... There's one! There's a man! A man! Oh, it's at Nordvarmlands. God lord. He's an 18-year-old youth player at a club that got relegated last year. Oscar Arlander at Gefle, who are a genuinely not decent team, but they are a team that we might be able to maybe bring him in on loan, because there's a couple of Superettan sides here that have players available for loan. Would they let us have him for free? Yes. Okay. Color me intrigued. Okay. Jonathan Andreasson is going to join us on loan for free. 12, 13. Tackling's not great. He's actually not awful in the air. He's just a bit slow. Bravery and aggression aren't bad. His heading and marking aren't bad either. He's not awful. Okay. Johannes Gustafsson. He looked like one of the bigger prospects in there, so maybe. Okay. Right. Finally. What's he actually... Okay, that's not bad. His passing is actually very good, and his vision is extremely good. He's not super slow either. He's got okay technicals for that sort of central midfield role. That's good. That's actually quite good. Okay, I think this might be one of our last signings at this point. Oscar Arlander, who, again, we don't know much about, but at least he could play further up, maybe. With good passing, could give us a run in that role. Do you know what? I'm not unhappy with him as a signing. We have actually brought in more players than I thought we had. So it's not looking too... I think the squad is definitely better than it was. And I think that's all you can really ask for in a situation like this when we have zero money to play with. One of the things I actually quite like about managing in this... I say shoestring. We don't even have... Our shoes are even lacking string at this point. But it does make you have to think on your feet. I have actually just been able to sign someone. Eric Dunaka as a goalkeeper, but he looks like he might actually be quite good. £20 a week. He actually accepted it. It was lower than the estimated wage demands, and I managed to just about squeak it. I am very glad, though, that I took the extra time to make this video, because 7 months, even when you're not playing matches, takes a very long time to progress through. Oh, disappointment. Eric Dunaka is not as good as I thought he was going to be. They're very similar, but the thing is, Berger's got better shot stopping. At least we have 2 keepers now, I suppose. On the plus side, our under-19 team are actually top of their league, and that's usually a good sign on tactical stuff when your under-19 team are actually able to perform well playing the same tactics. So that's pleasing to me. There is one. There actually is a regen in there. Oh, wow. A 17-year-old Lichtsteiner playing for Atletico Madrid with 4 caps for Liechtenstein already is on the next-gen list. That's sick. But his hair, mate, no, you look like an underwater rock formation. How in God's name are we the favourites at 3-10? Have I just accidentally built a really good team and not realised it? We're apparently the odds-on massively favourites for promotion, despite having not one player in the Media Dream 11. Are you drunk? What happens in 10 days when we play our first game of the season against EFK Kumla? I don't know. It's going to be a very, very interesting time for us, but I'm excited to get stuck into it, to be honest with you. So thank you for joining me in this transfer special. Transfer from hell, I suppose, is really what it's actually been. But join us next time as we start off against EFK Kumla. We've got some old friends in there again as we play against Stenungsons as well, Lidköping too, and also newly promoted, I believe, Severdalens as well. So winnable games potentially, but imagine if we could start off with a derby victory away at Kumla and, I don't know, Gabriel Pettersson scores another hat-trick. You just never know. So if you have enjoyed, drop a like. That'd be superb. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be gorgeous too. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow as we get going in our second season as a full-time manager. And that means coaching badges soon. I'll see you soon. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.